Ah, damn. Okay, never do that again, Andrew. Alright. Hey guys, it's AndrewJohn100 here, and welcome back to another video. As another year has passed, which means it's time to do another recap. 2025 was an interesting year to say the least. There were a lot of stuff going on, like the 80th anniversary for Thomas and Friends, which in itself had a lot of stuff going on, like the Down the Mine pilot being revealed, that prop store auction, which by the way, no, I didn't get anything from that, and even a lot of stuff being revealed for Magic Railroad. As for Five Nights at Freddy's, I'd say 2025 was a pretty good year for Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, mostly. We had stuff like the Halloween Horror Nights for both Universal Studios Hollywood and Orlando, Florida, which I've actually been to, by the way. I went to the Hollywood version with my dad in late October, and I thought it was pretty good. My dad thought it wasn't worth the almost 2-hour long wait. Like, no joke. By the time we got back to the hotel, it was 12 a.m. It wasn't anything spectacular, but man, was it cool seeing those animatronics in person. And I got to see a lot of FNAF cosplayers there too. There was also the Dead by Daylight collab in the summer of this year, which I've never played, by the way, since I don't play that game. But from the looks of it, it seems interesting. Maybe when I eventually play Dead by Daylight with some friends, I'll give it a chance. As for games, there was Secret of the Mimic, which I streamed also, and if I'm gonna be honest, I think Secret of the Mimic was the best non-VR game made by Steel. It wasn't perfect. I mean, the game wasn't all that scary, and I do think some story beats didn't make much sense. But for the most part, it was an enjoyable experience, and it was a huge step up from Ruin, and especially Security Breach, and I do recommend it. And last but not least, there was also the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, and I'm sorry guys, but I wasn't that impressed with it. It had some good stuff in it, like the animatronic suits were a huge step up from the first one, and there were some interesting concepts here and there, but for the most part, it was a huge mess. I mean, the film started off good, but once the third act came into play, the film just fell apart. And don't get me started on that ending where the classics came out of nowhere and destroyed the toy animatronics. That was just silly, and it doesn't help that the Wizards got completely shafted. Which of the two movies do I prefer? I may have to go with the first one, because yeah, the first movie did have its flaws for being slow-paced and not being scary, but the writing was nowhere near as clunky as the sequel. Anyways, FNAF aside, I might as well talk about my channel. For my channel, I reached 700,000 subscribers, which I celebrated with a stream, and I eventually did a sequel to the FNAF character Q&A. I also announced a new show that is yet to come out, The Carney Show, which will basically be a game-styled show, and you'll see what the show will be like once the first episode drops. But I guarantee you that you guys will like it. As for plushie content, I officially decided to step down from plush tubing full-time and instead restricted to just YouTube Shorts. I know there are a lot of people that grew attached with my plushie content, but as the years have gone past, I've grown out of it mostly, and I want to focus more on animation. I still do them now and then. Heck, I may even start doing some Digital Circus shorts while I'm at it. What does that mean for Faster segments, you may ask? Well, I did say, I already said in an update that Faster segments will be switched to animation. They'll all be non-canon, by the way, and they'll be the closest to classic Freddy Fazbear Friends as you'll get. And also, one thing I forgot to add is, 2025 also marks the 10th year anniversary for Freddy Fazbear Friends. To celebrate it, I released a remaster of the very first episode, Trip to the Moon, which I really liked how it turned out. Let me know what you thought of it. So with that said, I'd say 2025 was a pretty good year. It was a pretty big year for Thomas. Had ups and downs with Five Nights at Freddy's, and for my channel, I'd say it was pretty good. So with that said, I'm gonna go for now, and I'll see you all in the new year. Bye everyone!